Folks, let me start with something that probably sounds familiar. You sit down to work on a visual idea, and before you even begin creating, you already have 5 tabs open. One for image generation, one for references, one for notes, another one to explain the idea to a teammate, and somehow Slack is involved as well. At that point, you're not really creating anymore. You're just managing tools. This is exactly the kind of friction Freepik Spaces is trying to remove. I'm Daniel, and today we are not just talking about another AI feature inside Freepik. We are talking about a different way of working with ideas. A collaborative, AI-powered creative space where everything lives together, from the first rough thought to the final visual, or even a short video. So friends, in this video I'll walk you through what Freepik Spaces actually is, how it works in practice with real screen examples, and who this tool genuinely makes sense for. Guys, make sure you check out all the useful links in the description after watching this video. There might be some nice discounts there. Let's jump in. Alright mates, let's set the stage properly. Freepik Spaces is not an AI model. It's not just an image generator with a new interface. And it's definitely not a one-click generate and forget kind of tool. Spaces is a collaborative canvas built around workflows, where prompts lead to images. Images become references. References turn into motion. And everything stays visible and editable on the same canvas. To really understand why this matters, you have to look at Freepik as a platform. Freepik started as an asset library with vectors, photos, and illustrations designers use every single day, and over time it evolved into a creative hub. More recently, it became an AI-powered platform that gives you access to image creation, video generation, enhancement tools, and more, all in one place. What's interesting, guys, is that Freepik didn't try to build one single perfect AI model. Instead, it works as an aggregator, giving you access to multiple powerful models you'd normally need separate subscriptions for. But even with all those tools in one dashboard, creativity was still fragmented, because every generation felt isolated and disposable. Spaces exists because of that gap. It's Freepik's answer to a very simple question. What if AI generation wasn't a one-off action, but a continuous creative process where the thinking itself stays visible, structured, and shareable? Alright guys, let's jump into the interface. From the Freepik homepage, you head into the AI suite and open Spaces, where you immediately see your recent spaces and a few templates you can start from. These templates already give you a hint at how Freepik expects spaces to be used, not as single generations, but as connected flows. Let's start with a blank space. This opens an infinite canvas, where you can zoom in, zoom out, and move freely in any direction. There's no fixed order here. And that's important because creativity rarely happens top to bottom. What I really like here, mates, is that nothing is forced on you. You don't have to generate immediately. You can think first, structure ideas visually, and only then start running AI tools when it actually makes sense. One thing that's worth mentioning here is how low the entry barrier actually is. Even if you've never worked with node-based tools before, Spaces doesn't feel intimidating. You're not staring at a complex graph or technical setup, you're just adding ideas and connecting them naturally. What helps a lot is that every node feels self-explanatory. Assistant nodes are for thinking, generator ones are for creating, and everything else exists to support that flow. After a few minutes, you stop thinking about the interface and start focusing on the idea itself, which is exactly what a creative tool should do. Now friends, this is the core of the video, and this is where Freepik Spaces either clicks for you or it doesn't. I'll start by adding an assistant node, which is usually where ideas begin. And I'll type something simple, like a cinematic European street at night with a realistic, moody atmosphere. When I run it, this doesn't feel like chatting with an AI, it feels like placing an idea on the canvas. What's important here is that the assistant stays visible. It becomes part of the creative context, not something that disappears after one answer. While it's processing, I can already think about how I want to branch this idea. Next, I add an image generator node and connect it directly to the assistant. That connection is the logic, so there's no copy-pasting prompts and no guessing. I choose the model, adjust the aspect ratio, set the number of variations, and run it. and the images appear directly on the canvas as part of the same flow. Guys, before we move on, I try to make my content fun instead of boring. And in return, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I make. Now mates, this is where things start to feel different. Instead of committing to one result, I can explore. I slightly tweak the mood, connect that idea to another image generator, and now I have multiple creative directions side by side without losing anything. Guys, this part is subtle, but it's incredibly important. Let's say I like this flow, but I want to test variations. In most tools that means starting over, but here I can duplicate the entire workflow, change one small thing, like the lighting or the city, and rerun only the part I care about. That ability to restart from the middle completely changes how experimentation feels. You stop hesitating, you stop overthinking, and you just try things, which is exactly how creative work should feel. And this is the moment where I want to bring you back to how we started. Remember that messy setup with 5 tabs open, copy-pasting prompts, losing context, and explaining things again and again in Slack? Look at this canvas now. Every idea, every variation, every decision is right here, connected. Instead of juggling tools, you're actually just exploring creativity in one place. Now mates, there's another practical detail I want to show you, because this matters a lot once you have more than one project. As your space grows, you can zoom out and instantly see the entire creative landscape. Different branches, different directions, things you tried and things you didn't pursue. This is incredibly useful when you come back to a project after a few days or even weeks. Instead of trying to remember what you were thinking, the thinking is right there on the canvas. You can pick up exactly where you left off, duplicate an old branch, or revive an idea that didn't work before, but suddenly makes sense again. That alone makes Spaces feel much more like a long-term creative workspace rather than a disposable AI tool. Alright friends, let me show you another quick scenario, because this is where Spaces really shines. Imagine you're working on a campaign visual or social content for a brand. I start with a short description of the brand mood and target audience, connect that to an image generator, and immediately create a few visual directions. Alright folks, let's push this idea further. I take one of the images, connect it to an image upscaler to improve resolution and detail, and then use that enhanced image as the base for a video generator node. I add a simple motion prompt, something like a slow camera move forward with subtle city motion, and run it. What's great here is that while the video is generating, I can already duplicate the flow, tweak one detail, and prepare another variation. Everything stays connected, visible, and reusable. Now mates, let's talk collaboration, because this is where Spaces really shines for teams. I can invite a teammate directly into the space, see their cursor moving around the canvas, and leave comments exactly where feedback is needed. Instead of sending files or screenshots back and forth, we're actually working inside the same creative environment. This makes feedback clearer, faster, and much less frustrating, especially when decisions need to be made quickly. Alright friends, let's be honest, Freepik Spaces is not for someone who just wants to generate one image and move on, because that's not where its strength is. Spaces is built for people who think visually and iteratively, who explore ideas before committing to one direction. If you're a solo creator, your entire thought process can live on the canvas instead of in your head or scattered across tools. If you work in a team, designers, marketers, content creators, and even clients can all see not just the final result, but how you got there. For agencies, this becomes a powerful presentation layer. Guys, you're no longer pitching a single idea, you're showing structured options and future possibilities. And if you work with fast-moving content, like ads, social posts, or short-form video, Spaces fits that experimental workflow perfectly. Guys, another group that will really appreciate Spaces is anyone who needs to communicate ideas clearly. If you have ever struggled to explain a visual direction to a non-designer, you know how painful that can be. With Spaces, you're not explaining in abstract terms, you're literally showing the evolution of an idea. Friends, this also works surprisingly well for internal alignment. Marketing teams, creative leads, and freelancers can all look at the same space and instantly understand what's happening. fewer meetings, fewer misunderstandings, and way less back and forth. The tool doesn't just help you create faster, it helps everyone stay on the same page. So mates, here's the bottom line. Freepik Spaces doesn't try to automate creativity, it supports it by removing friction and keeping ideas connected, visible, and collaborative. Once you get used to the node-based thinking, it becomes surprisingly intuitive. And more importantly, it's fast. If you are already using Freepik, Spaces feels like a natural evolution. And if you work with others, it might completely change how you collaborate. Feel free to check out the links in the description below, you might find some discounts there. As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, until next time.